Hello and welcome to another episode of Force Tech Talk. Now, today I consider myself extremely lucky because I've managed to get the boss to come along with me to do a podcast.
Good morning.
So yeah, good morning, Karen. Thank you very much for joining me, dragging you away from your many hats that you wear.
It's only because it's early. I can go back and do other things.
But yeah, in all seriousness, I brought Karen here today because she has a principle that she's been working on and developing, and we've been kind of talking to some people in the industry about it and getting some questions about it. So thought bring you along and we can talk a bit about it and maybe bring you back for another one day, but see how this one goes. First one in the new studio.
Yeah, let's see how the principle develops. I think the industry's changing. We know that, and we find that customers, and I'm sure you do as well, they're always getting caught out, aren't they?
Yeah.
That no matter how much obsolescence management or webinars or whatever it is they do, customers always getting caught out. Mm-hmm. Very last minute. It's a bit lastminute.com, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's so frustrating for them and for us. I mean, we have our standard product line that we have. I know you're speaking to a lot of customers about that, but I don't think people realise we do have that
standard product as well as the customised. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a line it's product we've been building for years and years and years. Mm-hmm. You know, this is our 40th year, our birthday in June. Don't forget.
Yeah. Get jazz on the party planning.
Yeah. So, and we've got the standard products that we've developed, basically because of all the manufacturers that we've ever dealt with. Mm-hmm. You know, the Atmels of this world who are now Microchip, the Zycos who are now Intersil, you know, all those sort of people. You know, we have the die and we just build standard form, fit and function replacements. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where I started. And then I know one of our core values is continuity and sustainability. And I was speaking to John Barrett about it. And customers need a continuous supply. Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially in our industry, don't they? In the aerospace and defence industry. In other industries, you build something and within 12 months, you've gone on to something else. Yeah. But in our industry, we have to support it for 25 years. So you need continuous supply. Yeah. So I thought about it, and it's taken a little while, and it's still in development. And anybody who's out there who wants to contribute and help me, you know, please get in touch via Charlotte. And I will be talking about it at the Rebound event in March. So there's 5 key elements of the continuity principle. The first one being lifecycle management. Now, there are lots of tools out there. There's lots of good companies who can help you. Mm-hmm. We do lifecycle management, don't we? Mm-hmm. Because we have to make sure that our customers, that you know, we can say we make an FT product and then we can't make it obsolete in a year. No. So we have to make sure that we have the die stored, we have the packages stored, we have the design stored, but also that we have the engineering talent, which we do, to adapt it if something does go wrong. Yeah. You know, because things happen. Mm-hmm.
Things change overnight.
Well, yeah, exactly. Especially in the world at the moment. So lifecycle management is really important, not only for us, but for customers and suppliers, other suppliers as well. Mm-hmm. The second one is the form, fit and function, which is where our standard products come in. Yeah. Now, you know more than I do on this one, but even our engineering solutions that you're developing now with Ben, they are form, fit and function replacements.
Yeah, they're one-to-one or they're form, fit, function, yeah.
Yeah, and we're doing more difficult ones and we're still doing this. You are doing the more difficult ones. Yeah. And then we're still doing the standard ones. Mm-hmm. So the E-squareds, the SRAMs, you know, the EPROMs. Mm-hmm. People still use EPROMs. Yeah. The third one is design continuity. Mm-hmm. Now, again, we have to have all the records, we have to have the design principles. Mm-hmm. Now, although viewers might not think it, I've been in the industry 40 years. And I've worked in manufacturing and I've worked in assembly. So I know the principles of assembly and the principles of making a chip. Mm-hmm. But they have to be continuous. And one thing that's happening over the last 2-3 years is a lot of the big guys, they're shutting down their fabs.
Yeah.
So you're not getting that design continuity.
No, you're not. And it causes so many issues later down the line where people are trying to revive a product and you can't even do that because if the fab shuts down and they don't keep the paperwork or the design files, it's gone. There's nothing you can do about it.
Exactly.
Start from scratch. But
yeah, you have to start re-engineering it. But that's not continuous design.
No.
Is it?
I think also on the design continuity, it's a lot of conversations that sales and engineering will have with customers because a lot of the time when they're working on products that are so old or have gone obsolete so long ago, a lot of the time no one currently working on those projects knows why certain decisions were made on the design or, certain modifications were made to a chip or a board. Even those documentations can be lost. So it is, it's very important for design continuity, that the paperwork aspect, the even noting down the decisions of, okay, why did we make this decision for this design at that time? Yeah. So yeah, it's an important one.
I remember years ago, we made a chip and it was an ARINC chip and it was an RM3182.
Okay.
And this is 25 years ago. And we were putting it in a little LCC and we had the die. That wasn't an issue. But every time we put the die in the package, I couldn't get the bonding wires in the right place. And I struggled. And in the end, what I did was I went back on the old designs paperwork at that time. I dug out all the design paperwork I could. I researched it. I went back to the original manufacturer. Eventually, I found the engineer in China and I spoke to him and he said, you're looking at it at a wrong angle. I said, what do you mean a wrong angle? The die goes in the package. But no. If you turn it, less than a millimeter that way, the bonds will work.
Yeah.
And it did.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. We probably still have some of those chips. But that is an example of it had to be the same way he did it. Otherwise, it wasn't going to work.
Yeah, and what would you have done if you didn't find him? I mean, we've done that on Force projects where you find the old engineer that's in retirement and, but only they know what, why something was done in a certain way or like why a part was programmed a certain way, use a certain software or bond out. It just, but what do you do if you can't find them?
Well, that's the problem, isn't it?
You need to write it down.
Yeah. You stick to the continuity principle. The fourth one is supply chain insurance. Now, again, it frustrates me because you need to have it's all about relationships. You need to have a continuous good supplier. Okay. There's no point in dotting about
when you need them.
Because that doesn't build up trust. It doesn't build up loyalty. And it doesn't give you the assurance that supplier is actually going to do what you've asked them to do. And quite rightly so. I mean, if you're just going to dip in and out every 3 years and ask for a product, they've got lots of other customers that you're going to work with you and more loyal.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there are a lot of companies that don't think like that. So I know we had the big vendor reduction and then we had allocation and everybody put it up. But again, allocation is because you didn't plan for it. I know you can't plan really for allocation, but you kind of can.
If you ask Malcolm Penn, you can, yeah.
Malcolm Penn. Oh, I love Malcolm Penn. Another plug for Malcolm Penn. Yes, I mean, he's very good at forecasting stuff. If you actually read some of his reports, what he's predicting, the AI situation, using all the memory. That's going to, the next 18 months, we're going to have this problem again. I digress. But supply chain assurance is knowing what they do, making sure they've got, the right thing for you, because it's not always a good fit. You might, not get on with somebody. I've had that in the past. I've had to say,
this isn't working.
This isn't working. You don't like me. I don't like you. Let's just call it a day. bit like being a divorce lawyer. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the final one is which is really important, is the legal and certification. Conformity. There are so many regulations and quality standards now. And I'm sure, Edda can sit here next time and talk to you about that. But we have to be compliant, especially in our industry. We have to be compliant. But you have to keep those up. There's no point in just saying, well, I've got the certificate and, you know,
I've ticked the box and I'm good to go.
You've got to, if you're going to talk the talk, then walk the walk. That's what I say. And if you're going to say what you're going to do, then do it.
Yeah. I think also on that point, there are lots of people in the industry doing really good things around the standards. I know IOM in particular, International Institute of Obsolescence Management. They're doing, and they're doing a lot around developing the standards and kind of updating the standards and always evolving them or looking at how they could be evolved so that people can continue to comply to them in the best way possible or in, you know, the current day. So we are getting there with with all your principles and the elements of that principle, it's
well, I'm hoping. I mean, you know, that's the way we work. I'm sure other suppliers work the same way. I'll be interested to hear anybody's comments on that and if they interact and see how it fits in. So thanks for letting me talk about it because I'm really excited. As you can tell.
I can tell. Yeah, Karen always comes into the office on a Monday and says, I've had a good idea or I've had, you know, a refinement of the principle. We say, okay, well, come on the pod and talk about it.
But I did that yesterday and I said, I've got a really good idea. And you all went, oh no.
But it was a good idea.
Yes, I know.
It was a very good idea. We were all on board for it. So
eventually.
But yeah, thank you very much for coming on, Karen. We'll see if we get any questions or we can bring you back on at some point if we can claw you away from your busy times.
I can do that. To talk about contingency principle, I'll turn up every time.
Okay, well, you've got that on record, so she'll have to come back. But thank you very much for tuning in and we'll see you on the next episode.